You ever notice how no one in the world maintains sewers or dungeons? You go into a dungeon and, there's moss, there's slime on the floor. Watch your step, rookie. I don't want you to fall. I cannot heal you. There's like cracks in the bricking. No one maintains these things. Even for the monsters and monster girls that live in these places, no one seems to have like even the slightest amount of upkeep. Hold on, rookie. Stand aside. Let me see the slime. I know the smell of the slime. Yeah. It's a dirty snail following us! Wait. Might be a slug instead. Still, we should probably move fast. Come on, rookie. You gotta be quieter. I know the clap of your ass cheeks alerts the slugs. So you gotta sneak better. Shh. Okay. Let's see. I got some pocket sand, pocket chocolate, pocket cheese. Here we go. Pocket salt. Take this. Throw it out there. Should give us enough time to escape. It also should give us enough time for me to explain the monster girl at hand, the giant slug, and be able to handle them. So let's go over the giant slug. The giant slug is a mollusk-type monster girl that belongs to the family of shell. Their habitats are sewers, wetlands, and forests. Natures are mild and dull, and their diets are herbivorous. The giant slug is a monster with the lower body of a slug that prefers to live in dark, damp places. Giant slugs originated as shell monsters, but over the course of evolution, discarded their shells as an impediment to pleasure. When a giant slug spots an appealing human man, she squirms along the ground directly toward him, true to her sexual instinct. However, she is by nature very relaxed and dull in movement. Thus, giant slugs are easy to escape if one acts decisively. What one must not do is be deluded by her seeming gentleness and approach her. The giant slug's body is always wrapped in a binding fluid, which she will apply to her captive to inhibit his movement. Then she will cover his lower body with her sticky genitals and ply them around his own. In the process of intercourse, the giant slug fondles the man's body and coats it head to toe in her thick slime. This fluid encourages the man's body to stick tighter and faster to the giant slugs as she caresses it and thickens his arousal. Her vagina secretes the same liquid. As it squeezes the penis inside her, it leaves behind stretching traces and produces a most vile and erotic sound. Squish, 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 as it continues on and on with its clinging pleasure. Once it begins, that dull, watery sound can be expected to continue for several hours, perhaps even a full day. Though all observed giant slugs have been female since the Overlord took the stage, it is said that they were previously hermaphroditic. Perhaps as a vestige of this history, on rare occasions, giant slugs have been observed spewing their viscous fluid to entrap human females. The slimy bodies of giant slugs are vulnerable to salt, which when applied, drains their moisture and causes them to shrink in size. This does not cause pain or death, but encourages them to seek men's semen in order to restore their moisture. This increased lust is at odds with their typical slow disposition. With this information at hand, I would consider the slug's threat level to be mild. They can pose little to no threat at all to a single hunter. To summarize the giant slug in key features, they have dull movement, a slow speed, their body is covered in a binding slime, and they have an aversion to salt. When encountering salt, it shrinks them into a childlike form, and all of this included with a slime-based body. Moving into weaknesses, there are 3 key points of the giant slug. They have slow movement, unable to catch any hunter, their salt vulnerability due to their slime-based body, and ice-based magics. That's not to say that the giant slug doesn't have any strengths. Their dull appearance can lure unsuspecting hunters, along with the fact that the binding slime can hold them down just long enough to do the deed. And even if you are a hunter of the opposite gender, due to their occasional hermaphroditic nature, you are included in their targets. And don't think you can escape their small form just by throwing salt on them, as with their small form is included in a greater amount of lust, and with greater lust comes greater aggression. Now, due to the habitat of the giant slug, they aren't really going to be ones to be moved around, so all you need for hunt prep is a waterproof gear, a container of salt, and a mop. This will be explained later. Because of the way giant slugs are, you're not going to move them out of their habitat, but you can work around them. As such, subjugation goes something like this. Using the waterproof gear, you need to prevent any exposure of slug slime to yourself. You can use the saw to either shrink the slug, or you can wall off the slug completely from certain areas meant for cleaning. With that mop, you can mop the excess slime they left around to make traveling safe and prevent anyone from being binded down. Squish, squoosh, squish. We're lucky it was a slug this time. If it was a snail, I would have abandoned you for dead. They are incredibly evil, and they hide hatred in their shells. No, I didn't do anything that would cause a magic snail to follow me for all eternity, and if it touches me, it kills me. No, they're just evil. Look at them. Tell me a snail isn't evil. I'm not crazy, you're crazy. Would a crazy person be able to get us out of this situation? I don't think so. I don't care if you say the fumes are getting to me. I don't need no fresh oxygen. I just need to keep charging forward, and then we'll be out of these sewers eventually. Thank you, Rookie. I needed that. Alright, all we have to do is go up ahead, turn left, there's a right, and then we should be in the castle portion of this place. However, you are also going to need to drag my body. I'm going down. I hope you all are prepared to face a giant slug. And if you liked this video, you can like, comment, and subscribe to join the guild and other fellow hunters. And if you want to be extra prepared, there'll be links in the description for places such as my Discord where you can talk to me or other hunters and even get updates on upcoming videos. There's also a link for my Twitch where you can catch me live. I will see you all next time. This will be Instructor signing off. And good hunting, everyone.